We got Trump going off on Somalians and Ilhan Omar not holding anything back. We got Elon Musk talking about importing voters. Australia bans social media for kids. Chuck Schumer is lecturing us about the military and doing anything but actually working for the American people.
Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain, and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks. I hear they ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing.
I would say our country should be more fearful of white men across our country, because they are actually causing most of the deaths within this country.
That's a lie.
And so if fear was the driving force of policies to keep America safe, Americans safe inside of this country, we should be profiling, monitoring, and creating policies to fight the radicalization of white men.
Ilhan Omar wants to come over here from Somalia and tell us how to run our country. It's honestly our fault. What were we thinking importing her and all the other Somalians from that country to come over here and become a representative and tell us how to run our country? What were we thinking? And here's the other thing is, Somalians were scamming us from overseas, right? They were literally scamming us across the ocean. And then they figure out, they're like, dude, why would we do that when we could actually go to America? They'll even take us over there themselves. We can go to America and take from the taxpayers directly, legally. And if that wasn't enough, they decided, hey, you know what? Looks like we can actually defraud the American people. And they found out how to take billions from us illegally. Now, in this next video, Elon Musk tells you exactly how it would have played out. Check this out.
If Trump had lost, there would never have been another real election again, because Trump is actually enforcing the border. If you have open borders and you provide a ton of government handouts, which creates a massive financial incentive for people from other countries to come to your country, and you don't prosecute them for crime, they're going to be beholden to you and they will vote for you. And that's why Obama and Hillary went from being against open borders to being in favor of open borders. It is a winning strategy. If they are allowed to get away with it, they will import enough voters to get supermajority voting, and then there is no turning back.
We talked about this before the election, and then
yes.
you literally pointed towards the camera, you faced the camera and said that if you do not vote now, you might not ever be able to do it again, because
right.
it'll be futile. It'll be overrun.
Yes.
They'll keep the borders open for another 4 years, and then their objective will be achieved.
Correct.
Yep. That's exactly what would have happened. Imagine if right now Kamala Harris and Tampon Tim were our president and vice president. We'd be screwed. There would be no turning back. There would be no real election after that. They imported over 10 million, 15 million, 20 million, depends who you ask, illegal immigrants into our country in the last 4 years under Biden. And if Kamala Harris and Tampon Tim would have been the president and vice president instead of Donald Trump, they would have done that again for another 4 years, imported even more voters, illegal immigrant voters that would have been beholden to the Democrat Party. And we would be done. There'll be no more proper elections. None of our votes would matter. So just be thankful that Donald Trump, the great white hope, is your president.
The great white hope.
That's right. Now, in this next video, Australia actually bans social media for kids. I kid you not. Check this out.
This is indeed a proud day to be Australian, because make no mistake, this reform will change lives for Australian kids and allowing them to just have their childhood, for Australian parents enabling them to have greater peace of mind, but also for the global community who are looking at Australia and saying, well, if Australia can do it, why can't we? And so this is about people taking back power. New technology can do wonderful things, but we need to make sure that humans are in control of our own destiny, and that is what this is about, particularly focused on our youngest Australians.
They're talking about people taking back power and being in charge of their own destinies, while they're literally using the government to tell them how to run their lives. Think about that. Taking away social media from their children, and it's not up to them. The government is forcing that on them. So they're saying, you don't know how to take care of your kids. You don't know how to raise your kids. We're going to raise them for you. Let you guys should raise your own kids. If you know how to raise your kids, you can have social media or not, however you want to raise your kids. It's up to you. It shouldn't be up to the government. And it's definitely not people taking back power, as they said in the video. It's the exact opposite. And it's wild. So I think, in my opinion, there's some good reasons for kids to have social media. If there's some kind of moderation, definitely social media is very much a huge future in many people's lives. I mean, look at me now. Why not have the kids learn how to do things young when they're getting going at a young age? I think it's huge. I don't know. But there's, again, moderation. And anyways, no matter what, I think it should be up to the parents to run their lives and raise their kids how they want to raise them. In this next video, Chuck Schumer wants to tell us how to run the military, and he's doing anything but actually working for the American people. Check it out.
I plan to demand Secretary Hegseth give the total, unedited videos of what happened in the September 2nd boat strikes. Trump originally agreed to do this, but now they're afraid. What's Hegseth hiding? And second, I will demand of Rubio and Hegseth what the hell is going on in the Caribbean and in Venezuela. What are their plans? How far do they plan to go? Trump has already talked about Venezuela waters and even going attacking Venezuela on land. How far do they intend to go? And when Trump says these crazy things, does he really mean them? And will he drag America into an endless war?
Just like you dragged America into an endless war, this dude literally voted for the war in Iraq. Think about that. And now he's out here running his mouth, doing everything except actually working for the American people. What do I mean by that? Dude, think about it. We saw in the last election, why did Kamala Harris and Tampon Tim lose the last election? Because they had no actual good, solid policy. All they were running on was the same thing Democrats have been running on. Trump is bad. That's it. Orange man bad. So they had no policy. Think about it. None of us can think of the policies that Kamala Harris stood for, except for one that all of us can remember, which is no tax on tips, which she stole from Trump. And that's what's happening. Even since that election, you see no Democrats, nobody on the left is coming up with good policy, good ideas, good plans. It's always just been up all the way up until right now. Trump is bad. That's it. It makes no sense. If they're going to win an election going forward, they got to come up with some plans. They got to do some actual work. It's not going to happen like this. They need to learn from John Fetterman. John Fetterman, if more Democrats were like their colleague, John Fetterman, they'll get somewhere. Guys, thank you for watching my show. If you haven't seen my live streams, I stream almost every day in the morning and the evenings. A really fun live stream. You'll enjoy it very much under Rep America. Thank you. Subscribe, like the show. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day.